just like when I was in high school here, I've come totally unprepared. I don't have a piece of paper or anything to read. I just want to start off by saying thank you very much for nominating my son, and this induction into the case is something we're all very thrilled about. And yes, Nicholas got married this past summer, and he's in Europe right now on his honeymoon, so that's why he's not here. Just quickly, I'm probably going to be the shortest speech, but a grade 1 teacher asked Nicholas, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Nicholas said, I'm going to play in the NHL. It wasn't he was going to try and play in the NHL. The answer was, I'm going to play in the NHL. And he did do that, and we're just thrilled for him for that. He was only here in high school, I think 2 short years, and moved on to Ottawa to play junior. But I don't know what else to say other than I'll give you a quick dialogue of how it went. He was drafted by the Ottawa 67s in junior, played 4 years there, was drafted to the NHL by the Washington Capitals, and did not sign with the Washington Capitals due to some contract issues. Re-entered the draft. He was actually drafted, I'm going to get this wrong, I think it was 9th overall in the first round when he went to Washington. So he went back in the draft, which usually isn't a good thing. You usually end up lower in the draft. Nicholas was very, very fortunate. He was drafted in the first round again by Boston. And I don't know for sure, but I think he's one of the few, or if maybe the only player to go in the draft twice and be drafted in the first round twice. So he's got a little bit of distinction there. He played his minor hockey with the Providence Bruins. When he went to training camp, it was discovered that he had type 2 diabetes. So he was on insulin, and he's been dealing with that, as all diabetics do, for the rest of his life. But he managed to persevere, and after 2 years in the minors, he was brought up to Boston, and he never looked back. He went from Boston on to, I'm going to forget all the teams now, there's been a handful of them. Anyway, being up and down and ended in the minors later on in his career, he was fortunate enough to get picked up by Chicago in their playoff run, and was very, very fortunate to be there when they won the Stanley Cup. So he made it to the NHL and was very fortunate to get a Stanley Cup ring while he was there. One of the things we're most proud of is in 2004 he was selected to the All-Star team, a coach's selection, which I think personally, although a Stanley Cup ring is a wonderful thing to have, I think that coach's selection to an All-Star game was something that I think he's very proud of. So anyway, he retired after 1 year after the Stanley Cup championship with Chicago. He retired. He got married this past summer. He resides in Phoenix. That's where he makes his home. And he has 2 beautiful daughters, and obviously a new wife. And he's just thrilled. He's sorry he couldn't be here, but I think he got married on purpose this summer and planned all this, so his dad had to do it. But anyway, again, we're thrilled that at his induction, and couldn't be happier. I just did notice here that there are 44 inductees now in the hall, and his sweater number happens to be 44, so. Anyway, that's it, Tom.